Hey, it's Chris. Today I'm going to tell you about the new chair in the office. It's the Cosm chair from Herman Miller. Herman Miller was nice enough to send this my way so I could let you know what it's like, give you my thoughts. Let me start at the beginning. I put together an office aesthetic that kind of had a white and black and dark wood vibe going on. So when I was thinking about which Herman Miller chair I wanted to check out in the office here, it was very apparent right off the bat that I was going to go with the Cosm in graphite because I was immediately drawn to the minimal, super clean, anti-gravity aesthetic. So you can notice right off the bat that this isn't your typical chair. It sort of has a suspension system where you just are suspended, almost like a hammock. So maybe this unique suspension system is part of why it was named one of Time Magazine's top 100 inventions not that long ago. We're gonna get to the comfort level in just a second, but let me first just say I got this thing because it looks amazing. The way I've got the office set up right now is I come in through the door, I've got my desk sort of in the middle, facing the window, but the first thing that I see is this chair. It kind of sets the tone for the office. I always try to keep things kind of mentally inviting, so when I come in, I'm ready to do my best work. And when I come in and spot this chair, then I'm excited to sit down and get to the day's activities. So before we move on, let me just say, I think the aesthetics feel very modern, but also a bit sci-fi, a little futuristic without being over the top. I feel like it's kind of a sculpture. This could be in a really high-end design museum, but it's a sculpture that you sit on that happens to be really comfortable. I feel like it adds to my productivity. You know that I have a productivity course called Learning to be Productive. And it occurs to me that having comfortable seating is part of the productivity puzzle because you don't want your flow state to be interrupted. And the more comfortable you are, obviously, I think the better work you're going to do with less distraction. The last thing that you want when you're working is back pain, neck strain, shoulder discomfort. And the second I sit down, I can feel it molding to the spine without me having to do anything to intervene or to tweak it. There's no levers I have to mess with or knobs that I need to adjust. It auto adjusts to me, for me. It has this auto harmonic tilt, so you can lay back and it just pushes back so smooth, back and forth, up and down. And sometimes I'll just kick up my feet and kind of lay back here at the desk, relax a little bit while I'm scrolling on the phone, or I'll even grab the laptop and just do some typing, that way too. Super relaxing. It's got this intercept suspension, and I like it not just for the looks, but also for the ventilation. Sometimes in the summer, things can get kind of hot, but the thermals are always perfectly regulated with the Cosm here, I've noticed. And I actually got this high back version, but there's 3 different versions. There's a smaller version, kind of a medium tiered version, and then this taller version, which is really cool. I like how customizable this is, not just the colors. If you want something that's, a lot more colorful that matches your space or your personality, there's definitely those options. But then there's also several armrest options, so you can really customize that as well. Now for the armrests, I went with something that was pretty basic. So you can move them up or down, you can adjust it, just like you can adjust the height of the chair up and down itself. But in terms of adjustments, that's pretty much all you need to worry about. Everything else just kind of takes care of itself on autopilot. So you sit down and it sort of contours to your body, to your spine. And then as you move around in the chair, then the chair kind of moves with you, it adapts. There's some balance there. So it's not gonna stress out any part of the body. In fact, it's designed to move around with your body's natural pivot points. And I've actually noticed a huge difference compared to my old chair, which is just something I got, I think at Office Max several years ago. You sit down and immediately you get this really nice lumbar support. So you get that healthy posture because what happens is it engages your spine at the lowest point. And what that does is it sets you up with the proper curvature. So it reinforces the pelvis, it anchors all the major muscle groups. And as you're sitting, it distributes the pressure where you want it and nowhere that you don't. So thinking through this chair and the experience that I've had with it so far, I'm not sure if I like the looks better or the comfort better, or the fact that it's got a 12-year warranty. This thing's built like a tank, it's so solid. But I can tell with all the materials from the powder-coated aluminum on the bottom to the injection molded frame, the seat tilt mechanism, you don't want that to wear out on you. And even the nylon casters, which are quiet, even the polyester seat mesh, it all feels and looks and is really high quality. And that's where you get that 12-year warranty. So you're buying this for the longevity, for that peace of mind. You're not gonna have to replace it. So all of that's good, but one of my favorite things is that I just rolled it right out of the box. There was no assembly required. So the box showed up, it was rather big because it's all put together, and I opened it up and rolled it right into the office, and I was working on it in like less than 2 minutes. So there's no instruction manual that you have to consult. I've had several chairs, either that I bought or tested here on the channel, where I had to sit there and assemble all the different pieces. And they weren't like cheap chairs, but I didn't have to do that here. It was all done for me. And that really makes a big difference. So is it something that I'd recommend if you're looking for some new seating in your office? The answer is yeah. I mean, I think that this is not only a comfortable way to work, but also something that's going to kind of invigorate your mind when you see it as part of your setup. I'm looking in front of me on the wall and I got a couple Andy Blank prints. So it's just art in front of me. It's art that I'm sitting on. I got art behind me. And so it's really the final piece, I think, of the puzzle. It was the thing that the office was really missing. The linchpin, in a way, because the way I've got the office set up, it sort of anchors the room because I'm in the middle of the room. And now I can get my work done at the desk here at a level of comfort that I've honestly not experienced before while at a desk. And I should say, I've had many standing desks over the years, but when I put this office space together, I specifically didn't get a standing desk because I knew I spent most of my time sitting anyways. You know, a lot of people, I think the CDC says, spend 6 to 8 hours sitting every day. So if I'm gonna sit, which I wanted to do, I planned to be sitting here, then it might as well be the best seating experience that I can have. And that's what I feel like this Cosm chair provides. Throw in the style, and this is a slam dunk. So if you're looking for some new office seating, would I recommend this? The answer is definitely. And I will just add too, like, this is a luxury high-end chair. I get that. And maybe you're like, well, that doesn't really fit in my budget. They do have payment options through a firm. So if you want to make, monthly payments over time and invest in your comfort and the aesthetic of your setup, you can definitely do that. So if you want to be defying gravity like me at your desk, I'll link up the Cosm chair down below so you can check it out. Don't forget to check out the courses, and I'll catch you in the next video. Later.